$35, correct?
What was that?
What you're generating monthly?
Right now I'm generating maybe, depending on the month, about like maybe two to three-ish thousand, yeah.
Okay.
But it declined after the
Uh-huh,
business and
yeah.
everything, yeah.
Yeah,
So now it's just working to get back
yes.
to where you were and then scaling from there.
And then that's why I decided to get a full-time job as well too, so that can also help sustain, regrow my business, but it's another passion that I love, so I go to work happy.
So before, were you doing this full time?
Yes,
Okay, so this was your full time,
Yes.
and then you went on to NDC and was it
yes,
Vita? And then
uh-huh,
you were able to partner
Yep.
with some supplemental.
yes. So I did this full-time from 2019 all the way to, 2023. And then 2024, that's when I contracted with Ada and tapped into the small business owners to help them out. And then also the same year I got pregnant. And then 2025, baby, 2026, new me. So, yeah.
Do we wanna go in order?
Yeah, you so one, congratulations for being a female in this industry. I know not even just in the monk community and jewelers in general, it's a very heavily male dominated
It is.
trade. So kudos to you for being here, doing that, taking in as much information as you can from your father and your mother who have laid that foundation for you. It seems like you have great people who you can look to for guidance on how to do this. And also learning from them mistake-wise, what worked, right? They did the storefront. It seems like you're kind of
Yes.
steering away from that
Mhm.
for probably your own reasons.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. What I would like to ask is, so the warranty on the jewelry. So I know that you said repairs is like your bread and butter. So you repair jewelry from other jewelers, I'm assuming?
Mhm.
And then the jewelry comes with warranty, or do you charge for the repairs on your jewelry that you sell to?
Yeah, so I have a 30-day warranty.
Okay,
And so, you know, because the loose stone, on silver jewelry, it's not as strong and as good as gold. And so typically, you know, there could be maybe, I would say 5% of customers who, once I ship out everything, they would probably let me know, hey, I'm missing one stone. So what I do is I send them a return label and I tell them you have 30 days, I'll take care of it. If the ring size doesn't fit, if the plating is starting to wear off, send it back to me. And again, my clientele, they're super sweet. So 6 months from now, they're like, Mimi, I'm like, girl, it's a little stone. I'm not gonna charge you, come here, yeah. And so, I mean, I just want people to be happy and wear my rings because I love them, yeah.
and then to prepare for your scaling, how does that look like to you? Being able to, personalize each piece, is that important to you? But for scaling, will you be able to maintain that personal aspects of it, or will you have to hire more people? Will you have to go and figure out how to do mass production? Just how do you plan on scaling?
Yeah, so definitely mass production is one. I have a manufacturer who currently does my jewelry, and then inside of all of my signature rings, they have NJ in there, standing for Mimi's Jewels, so they know that it's a signature collection. Eventually, I would like to hire on jewelers. So, like I said, my dad, he still does it here and there. He partners with retailers. Again, doesn't want to do customers, so goes right to the big guys. So I would also like to incentivize him as well too, because now he's just doing it for free. But I'm like, I know that once I get my sales up, it's gonna be 500, 100 rings, and I want to compensate you. My two younger brothers, they are also jewelers that I trust, who have learned the trade too. So, you know, they're young, they don't want to just spend their time working for free. So I want to be able to hire on my family so that they can really help me because I trust them. And then as far as my collections, they're very sentimental to me. Each collection that I have, it stems from a storytelling piece. So I had one where it's all about blues and greens, and that one is more based on like mermaids and abstract colors, things that are kind of like, I guess you would say like supernatural, not really there in their fantasy land. And so, let's see. So for instance, this this is a part of that collection. Whereas this one here, it's from my bestsellers collection, and that is more of like an engagement style ring. A lot more people love the clear diamond look-alike stone. So that's my bestseller. So as you can see, I have very different storytelling ways of how I will sell my jewelry and how it will resonate to my customers.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a member who I've known, actually a friend who I've known for years. She took over her father's business, but again, as he was saying, the whole industry is more male oriented, so
Yes.
well done.
Thank you.
And thank you for some very clear numbers and where you're breaking things out and how you're currently making, numbers and where you're going. So, just a couple of thoughts here. One, you've already touched on the scaling piece, so that makes sense.
Mhm.
For you to continue to grow, besides you adding, what will it take for you personally from a time perspective? So I understand full-time will hopefully eventually go away, but if you were to add more of those shows, if you are, doing more of that face-to-face, so to speak, client work, that kind of thing, imagine you've doubled the business tomorrow, doubled the number of shows, etc. Do you have time to do that?
Yes, my youngest son, so he's a year and a half old. Like I said, he's very clingy, but recently we put him into like a school daycare, and that's actually full time. So from 9 o'clock until 8:30 until about 4. So that gives me a lot of time in the middle. And then for my work for NDC, that's also, they're very flexible with my work as well too. And so with that, I can kind of pick and choose when I do it. And then again, with NDC, I'm so grateful for them because they allow me to go home at 3, and then whatever I do, I can work from home. But again, I just take pictures, write stories. I also have the weekends as well too, so their dad is also very present in their life, and so if I am in need of doing additional things, kind of like today, he has no problem taking them. And so yeah, he has a busy work schedule, can't get the kids on the weekdays, so whatever time he has with them on the weekends, he will absolutely take. So that is how I would be able to get more time, and especially because my son goes to school daycare now.
Okay, great, thank you. And obviously you're very familiar with the social media world and everything like that. Your storytelling piece, obviously I've not been able to look at your website or anything, but I love that because of course people want more of that kind of connection, and just not a mass-produced item that,
Yeah.
We can do that with cleaning supplies, not with jewelry. So my question then is, as you look at where technology is and what's happening, one of the beauties of it is AI is probably not gonna make jewelry for people, especially customized jewelry, in the way that you do. But what are you doing in terms of things like AIO, SEO, those kinds of things? Because again, people finding you more and more, and with the potential for the number of people being on social media, where's your, where are you taking that, or what are you doing with that from that perspective?
Yeah, so right now, I feel like I've kind of established my socials, right? Those are all organic.
Yeah.
And so what I need to do is now, at least for me, I want to take more educational classes to learn more about SEO, how I can do better run my ads, anything that has to do with all of that. I'm also very in touch with AI as well too. The way AI is moving is really crazy.
Yeah.
So let's say, like I said, I wanted to hire a graphic designer. It would probably be only for certain projects that I need, not for everyday use, but if I'm looking to get a banner, I don't want AI to create that. I need a specific person to do that. So that's the different ways that I'm using AI. AI is really good as well too with short reels. And so I am implementing as much technology as I can into my business, but still also giving that face-to-face person, because that is actually what will sell. Because online they'll buy one item, they come to me, I talk to them, I upsell them, and they're taking home 7 items, so.
Very good, thank you.
You're welcome, yeah.
This was so beautiful. I love everything about it. This was great. You pretty much answered the question with social media. I know, I'm very heavy on social media. Some days it don't work.
Uh-huh.
You know, so
Yeah.
just thinking about, you know, like how to still drive sales when Meta is, you know, down. I think we just had it down yesterday in
Yes.
Facebook. So,
Yeah.
you know, just being mindful and just hearing that you are including AI is amazing to save you on time too, being a mom and, you know, all of the different things. So, this was great. I don't have any questions.
Well, one thing I would like to add too, so I think in 2019, there was like a huge Facebook outage,
Mhm.
and I was gonna go live, and I'm like, oh my god, like what's going on? And so I did have my Shopify store, so I was able to utilize email marketing,
Mhm.
just to let them know, hey, Facebook is down, I'm still gonna go live whenever it's up, but for now, take a look at my website. So that's also how I utilize my other channels as well too. One big piece of my Shopify. I mean, I have over, I would say, you know, maybe over like 3,000 people who are signed on to my email, or who've purchased from me on my website. So I have all of their emails. So that's also a way that I connect with them.
Do you have a CRM set up?
Yes, but it's very simple.
That's fine.
You got something.
Yes, yeah.
Excel spreadsheet works
Yep,
until you have
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I have a lot of questions because it was like great to hear you, and I appreciate the P&L in the back. What's interesting to me on this, so I know you're doing a projection, which you did a blanket projection, but even with increased sales, you don't have like increase to your manufacturer, your sourcing, or your COGS.
Yeah.
So just wondering, like, not month by month, but give me like, I like bottom line,
Yep.
but give me top line, bottom line. Like,
Yeah.
what are you actually netting?
So let's see, I typically like to drop anywhere between 2 to 3 drops every year, and those are about $3,000 for each drop to get my jewelry in, so that's about 6,000 sometimes. So let's just average it about 8,000 for buffer room, shipping and things like that. So that's what I am. As far as numbers, I don't know. Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine if it's not your strong suit, right? It's
Uh-huh.
not for everyone. Like, I geek out on numbers all day long. These guys know that. Right? I do accounting all day long because I'm super into revenue.
Okay.
Actually
Yeah.
saying like, the viewership, awesome. The
Uh-huh.
number, top line number that we're seeing, awesome.
Yeah.
However, I have no idea what it's costing you to go to RNF, or what have you said?
Oh.
To source your material,
Yeah.
where's the silver coming from? Is plating it costing more? Like
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of the day,
Uh-huh.
are you actually netting, like, you can
Yes.
cover your gas and your phone, but
Uh-huh.
then is it actually generating revenue?
Like the differential of what you're putting in
Okay.
and what the actual cost is and what you're netting.
Yes, okay, so I think if you guys look at that, you guys will see kind of like the beginning of the year, I'm not making a lot. I had to reinvest a bunch of my money back into my inventory, into my supplies. And so my numbers, they look pretty low right now, but I'm hoping that with, holidays coming up, holidays is a big seller for me. Holidays, and also with people out of school, more local markets coming in, my numbers will start to scale up instead of going downwards. So that is my projection. I hope that I'm able to meet it, which I believe I can. But again, a lot of the very beginning piece, the beginning of the year, I had to restock a lot of my items.
You're sort of restarting.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
As you, like, really, if we're looking at in terms of margins, you can say like, there was $2,000, but my margin is always gonna stay 10%. So even if I sell at an amazing show, I sell $20,000, you're still gonna net that same percentage, right?
Your market
You still
share.
have a cost of the goods,
Yeah.
you still have increased marketing, you're driving to more places.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm curious about.
Okay.
And that can be a different conversation you and I
Okay,
have where you're
yeah.
like, hey, Becca, let's geek out on numbers
Yeah.
together and see like while the viewership looks amazing and it looks like I'm turning a lot more product, that also comes with shipping costs.
Right.
That also comes with you driving more.
Uh-huh.
Just stuff like that. But this was really fun to look at. I was honestly, as a consumer now,
Yeah.
not as like an accountant, I thought I was gonna go on your website and be like, that's $300,
Uh-huh.
but it's 86.
Wow.
And so that's where I'm,
Yeah.
right?
And we get 10% off.
So
Yeah.
that's where I'm wondering
Okay.
like, oh, is your sourcing actually bougie enough that the rest of us are tricked? And you could increase,
Yeah, your price.
yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, we can talk about
Yeah,
that.
no, and you know, one of the things that I have always struggled with, is my numbers, because, again, I ran it for, again, 7 years, 5 years, full time, and, you know, I'm not blaming my past, but then I didn't grow up with financial literacy.
Right.
So when I got that big chunk of money, I'm like, oh, let's go on trips, let's dye my hair, like, let's do all this, and then I filed my taxes, oh, you got hit with tax return, or, you know, you owe back taxes, and that's when I really, you know, had to take a step back and really think about my numbers, but because of that big money that I had to owe back, I got shook. And so that's always been something that I struggled with and always wanted to learn more. So as I am putting together the presentation and all of this, again, I'm like, oh my God, like there's so much room for opportunity. There's a lot of things I'm not tapping into. There's a lot of expenses that I can cut out, and how can I restructure my business so it's the most profitable way for me. But again, I'm not good at numbers, so
Well,
we can
similarly,
connect, yeah.
You will
yeah.
never see me a day in my life make a TikTok, right?
Yeah.
I'm not coming from the lens where
Yeah.
you as an entrepreneur are doing media and
Uh-huh.
you're creating an audience in a way that we're all gifted in different ways.
Yeah.
So the strength for you will be, I know how to obtain a market and do the
Uh-huh.
marketing. But now I, on the back end,
Yeah.
need to examine my business to
Uh-huh.
like inspect what I expect these numbers to be.
Yeah.
Because if you're not inspecting them, you think top line is like, ching, ching, I'm
Yes.
doing great. But really at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, but all that cost me more to
Uh-huh.
generate that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Anyway,
Yeah, it may be, you may not need to do 2 extra Facebook shows,
Uh-huh.
right? You may be able to keep where you're at and increase, you
Uh-huh.
know, your profit margin somewhere else.
Yeah,
you know,
because right
based
now
on
I am doing free ring resizing, so I know that that's also, you know, a service that I can add on.
Yes.
So yeah, those are different things that I'm exploring as well too.
Good.
Yeah.
I think the add-ons is a smart part to tap into, like even the
Yeah.
repairs, you should just add on in their first cart.
Uh-huh,
Because let's assume you said 5% are returning stuff.
uh-huh,
If you have a repair add-on that's immediate and you
Uh-huh.
convert 50% of those people, but only 5% were gonna pay, now you've made 45% of those customers prepaid
yeah,
repairs.
yeah.
Okay. And the box and the
Yeah,
bulb.
yeah.
Or you can add in your, what'd you call it, pen,
Penny pens, yeah, yeah,
right? There
stationary
could,
things.
that
yeah.
could be an add-on,
Okay,
right, at the
Yeah,
end and be
yeah.
like,
Yep.
look how cute this is.
yes.
And I'm always like, oh, I'm a sucker for the really cute bow,
Yeah.
give me a cute bow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, okay, I mean,
So
there's,
much potential.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
there's so much potential, and
Yeah.
as my sister and I were doing it, she's like, I always told you, I'm like, no, I just lost track somewhere.
Love that.
Okay.
But there's so much that my
Oh,
business
nice
can
job.
do.
Yes,
Nice
Yes.
job, yes.
Amazing.
Nice to
Nice,
have your
but
dad too.
not letting it go.
Yeah.
Motherhood.
Yeah, please
Picking it
continue
back
to
up,
support me, and you know, this is my first pitch actually. in my
Well
whole
done.
life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my first pitch. When I'm sitting, I'm like very shy introvert, but when I come up here, I just turn into a whole different me. So again, like, you know, like my work with Ada, with NBC, now being in the nonprofit world, I see there's so much resources that like us Hmong women are not tapping into. We need more representation in those areas. And so that's also one of my other personal goals that I want to do, help myself, but also my community. So yeah, if you guys have resources and other things, feel free to send them my way. Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
That's good. Good. Good job.
Yeah.
Yes, thank